As I approached the curb, the sun buffed the black lacquered side of a Cadillac hearse with Sing Sai Wang Funeral Home embossed in bronze on the windows. Putting a match to a Lucky, I read each word slowly. The hearse looked out of place, parked in front of the 65th Street service entrance to the Caprice, one of the park's most expensive residences. A 4-mile-long garden grows in New York City, only 20 feet wide. It divides the flow of two-way traffic on Park Avenue, knotting the numbered cross streets to the main thoroughfare like the warp of an oriental carpet until it ends in Spanish Harlem. As I paid the fare and left the cab in front of 31 Chambers Street, I was suddenly overcome by a sick feeling that the deposition wouldn't go well. Maybe it was the conversation about the food that did it, or was I going to choke? Passing through the shadows of the surrogate court's curved bronze mullioned windows and doors, I entered the hallowed ground where estates are settled. The Sienna marble foyer exhaled a whiff of the construction corruption scandal that had cost the taxpayers millions, just like the infamous Boss Tweed courthouse across the street. The goddess theme is enshrined in a ceiling mosaic in the foyer of the surrogate's court. Miles to the north, on the roof of the Grand Central Terminal, Mercury is clustered between Hercules and Athena, the god of lying, commerce, and false oaths. He points straight at the surrogate's court. Grand Central splits Park Avenue, and the city was erected just as the surrogate's court was finished in 1911. It's called a terminal, not a station, because it's the end of the line. Speaking of lines, one drawn straight from Mercury's hand, southward, bisects the mural of Themis in the ceiling of the surrogate's court. The veranda club was there just the way Pandora had described it. The bouncer was pacing back and forth in front of the front door. I drove up alongside the river, my tires squeaking along the guardrails, and I waited for him to disappear so I could get into the club.
In New York City, there's only one lawyer to hire when your problems are too much for the cops and can only be solved the old-fashioned way. He knows his way around the schoolyard when it comes to corrupt judges, the Chinese mafia, New York's late-night mean streets, and tough Park Avenue socialites. His name, Johnny Ocean.